Hi, my name is Armine and I am a Law of Attraction consultant. Welcome back to Manifest with Armine. Today this video is about my personal daily techniques, rituals, whatever you want to call them, for attracting the things that I want and not attracting things I don't want. So this is a common question, and I really like it because it addresses just the entire nature of how we go about applying the knowledge that we are learning about the law, the way nature works. So, do I meditate? Do I visualize every day? Everyone is visualizing all day long, and that's what I want to stress. And that's important for you to understand that, because there's no on and off switch. You're always doing it. You're always working on your vibe, whether you know it or not, whether you're working to raise it, lower it, whatever. You're always visualizing when you're thinking, when you're contemplating things, when you're appreciating things, when you're angry at things, when you're bored. All those things are visualizations. You're using your imagination and you are entertaining thoughts in your mind and you're going through emotions. So do I set aside time every day to deliberately manifest the things that I want? I do, but it's not structured, and it doesn't take nearly as much time as you think it might. So when I'm stressing to you that it's not how long you do it for, it's not for how long you focus on what you want, it's not for how long you're feeling it real. The power of it is in matching the feeling of already having it. That can take a minute, that can take 25 minutes, and it's not even about how long it takes to get to that feeling. It's about enjoying the process and feeling it out and just having fun with it. You should be able to be relaxing while you're visualizing, and vice versa. You should be visualizing when you're relaxing, because those things come hand in hand. If you're not enjoying visualizing, then the thing that you're trying to attract isn't going to show up in your life the way you want it to, or not in the satisfying way that you would like, because it can't show up and make your heart full if your heart is not full while you're thinking about it. Because essentially that's what you're attracting. You're attracting the feeling state. So you're not just attracting this experience or this thing into your life. What you're attracting is the feeling of it. And when you establish and make contact with that feeling of it, then you're open to attract that thing. And not only that thing, but other things that also match the feeling. So I guess the question here is, when you're sitting down to do this, a few minutes a day, and if you miss a day, it's not a big deal. It shouldn't feel like homework. It shouldn't feel like work. It shouldn't feel unfamiliar. It should be just a natural state, and you look forward to it. You look forward to it because it's fun. Why would it not feel good and light to think about those things that you want as though you already have them? Because if we're being honest with ourselves, that's the thing that we want, and we're thinking about how wonderful it is when we have that thing. And if you can't feel wonderful thinking about having it, then ask yourself if you want it in the first place. So I kind of went off on a tangent there, but if you are feeling like there's a certain specific schedule or ritual that is most effective for manifesting what you want, or for people like me who have experience with it for quite a while, and who help other people with it, sure, it's it is kind of interesting to see it from that perspective of how do I do it, with all the information that I've gathered and have seen how different people do it. But there is nothing more effective or more useful, practical than being mindful of your thoughts throughout the day, because that is what you're doing all day. All day you are matching a certain frequency on different subjects in different moments. And so more important than having that time of visualization every day, the question really is, are you carrying that out throughout the day? And if it feels good to you to do that a few minutes in the morning, and then to carry that feeling throughout the day, then that's good. You can initiate that feeling while you're commuting to work, if you commute to work, and you don't have to necessarily start off with being alone and meditating that way. So be aware, and that sounds bad because it sounds like beware. Be mindful of what you are doing all day long. Who are you being all day long? Are you being the person who has it? Is that who you're living your life as, on a daily basis? Or are you being the person who has already experienced the joy of your desire? So that's what I believe, that's what I do. And it's the most natural way to go about it, to me, which means it's the most effective. Because if you're going to have certain rituals and you're going to start being, maybe, that could lead to you being hard on yourself. Like, oh, I missed a day, or oh, I didn't do it this time of day, is it bad? I'm doing it this time of the day now, or I'm doing a different number of minutes today, or I don't really feel like I achieved that feeling today. That's okay. That's beyond okay. It is so okay. That is how it is. That is the process. It develops. One day you might really feel like you matched that feeling and you were really in that moment, and other days maybe you don't, and then you do, and it doesn't really matter at the end. The point is when you're reaching for that feeling, and it feels like there's this work to do, and once you do it, then you either have success with that thing you wanted to accomplish, as in matching that feeling, or you were not successful in doing that. But that's not really how it is, because just the act, the energy of that energy alone of reaching for that feeling is part of the process. So you can sit there every night for 3 weeks, and all you can do is just kind of reach for the feeling, not really grasping onto it, not really feeling it the way you would want it to be exactly. But know that just being there still in your mind, be it when it's separate and you're sort of meditating, or if it's while you're active during the day, those moments where you reach for that feeling and you're open to it, that is also part of shifting your vibration. Because if you're open to it and you're reaching for it, then the universe does sense that. It senses your openness, and what it's doing is it's very, very incrementally, slowly bringing you closer to being able to actually achieve that feeling. And being upset at yourself, being angry at yourself for not being able to do it is counterproductive, because you are actually, whatever mental effort you put into matching the frequency of your desire, then it's already helping. It's moving you towards it. I hope that helped. I really like active visualization. I really like, in any moment, I remind myself, like if I'm driving, I just ask myself, who am I being right now? And I'm not that different from you guys. I know that, like, I'm not a guru, of course, all that stuff. I don't even believe in guruism. I don't think anybody should be anyone's guru. But I'm very practical, and in many of the moments where I ask myself, who am I being right now? I will notice that I am not being the equivalent to what I am desiring to be. And that's the point in the whole exercise. It's to remind yourself, hey, who am I being right now, and is this helping me or hindering me? Is this aligning me with the life that I'm trying so hard to have? Trying so hard to have, or is it holding me in the other direction, which is tension and blocking those good things. So hopefully this video helped. If you liked it, please click like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks.